Well, holy crap, there we go. Thanks for following. I don't know how many of these there's going to be, but probably about 3. Thank you for following. All Facebook followers. Ooh, there we go. Now my chat is connected. I got my multi-stream up. Things seem to be working at least a little bit again. I can't really work on much right now because I'm doing so many things at once, including downloading videos onto my computer so I have them for, so I can prove things that have happened, what's happened, holding the business and the customers accountable for their practices or behavior. So yeah, that's why I keep videos of all my rides, because you have to be able to prove in a court of law that people were doing things they shouldn't be doing when you are an independent contractor, and when you're your own boss, you have to protect yourself. Although that's going terribly right now in the case of pay and the way that the different platforms are treating people as employees with independent contractor status. It's appalling, but it's what the oligarchy does to suppress you. It's what they do to keep you from being able to fix anything. And I wanted to discuss this while I waited for my videos to download, because I am going to go back out and try to make money. But currently, because of the videos I'm downloading on my computer, one could easily tell that because of my complaints the day before that are all recorded, they are no longer choosing to use me. They might send me one here or there every few hours, but what's making $3 every couple hours? Because, $3 to $5 depending on the distance. What is that? That's you literally sabotaging me into not being able to do the job. You are sabotaging me. That is a very dangerous business practice. And that's why both of the platforms are being sued, because they're both doing it. Uber's been doing it longer with more subtle tactics, but the other platforms are starting to do it with less subtle tactics, and anybody with half a brain to record them doing these things and showing their responses, their cookie cutter responses, can easily make a case for compensation. That is, if anybody wants to take that on. Should not be my main concern right now. Shouldn't be. Because there is a huge, an insanely overwhelming human rights violation, multiple human rights violations going on in the United States, which only one has been reported to the United Nations. And I think they need to get on that, like, immediately, reporting the other ones. I don't care who does it. People need to report this, and America needs to be held accountable for the way it's treating its people. But we all know those type of organizations and those type of things move too slowly. And that just ends up in a lot of innocent people dying. And that's what it's going to do. That's what it's going to do. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm in the same boat as everybody. I'm being strangled. My head's being held underwater. I'm no longer able to make a living. I'm no longer able to fight. The only thing I have is a voice. Not a very commanding voice, not a very assertive voice. But that's all I have left. That's all I got. I just hope somebody will listen one day. Whether I survive this or I'm gone because of this. I hope somebody listens one day and sees what they did to us. I hope they open their eyes. And even though I'm well aware it's always going to be temporary, because there's always going to be somebody who thinks that controlling people is a better idea than letting people live, because they figured out how to exploit those people and get what they want. That type of mentality is always going to exist, but should never have success or a platform to speak on. They need to know that the way they're thinking and the way they're trying to live is wrong. They need to know it's not going to help them. They need to know that it's not going to enrich their lives the way it's been allowed to. Okay. I fixed the bottom part. I finally figured out what was wrong with it. But anyway, I haven't uploaded it yet that way because it's not done. I got a lot more to do. But yeah, I hope that we put things in place that make things like this impossible to happen again. I hope we do. And when people ask the questions, well, why can't we do this? That they'll be immediately given the answer and told and made aware that there is no debating why we do this. Because the moment you start to debate why we have equality is the moment you're trying to take it away from people. Human rights are not a political tool. And I hope that that's something that comes from this, is that they will realize that our inalienable human rights are not a political tool. And the moment somebody questions them, they need shut down and brought back to reality. No hesitation. And educational. And if they continue to be that way, continue to ask those same questions after they've been told what the answer is, they need to be made very clear of the consequences of their inability to respect everyone's human rights. Consequences need to be enacted. Consequences need to be carried out. For people who would try to control and manipulate the masses, who would much rather put blood on their hands and laugh about it, rather than live their own lives. They just want to ruin everybody else's. The only reason I can still function right now and still talk to you guys is because they haven't. Progress is slow in either direction. Regression is slow, progress is slow. Regression seems to happen a lot fucking faster, but it is still relatively slow also. People are slower to notice it, that's for sure. I'm stuck. All of us are stuck. I would get on here and, you know, beg for a stable living, right? But I'm nobody. And even though I need it, I'm not going to get it, no matter what I say. My existence is soon going to be illegal. Can people contemplate that for a second? People even think about it. It's not even a question of if my life choices are going to be illegal. It's when. And every day I see with no actions taken to correct what's already happened, the more dismal it gets. Because the closer it gets. It's always been a real threat. It's always been a real threat. What they have the power to do and what they need to do is not what they're doing. Everybody needs to realize that. This has been happening for generations, literally for hundreds of years. And this is not just an American problem. I mean, it's the biggest problem in America. But it's not just happening here. We can look at our neighbors real quick up in Canada. They're starting to have the same rhetoric. They're starting to have the same types of people in their country spouting the same rhetoric that's taking them in the same direction. UK is headed pretty far south these days. I know there's a few others, and everybody else who has half a brain has already reformed their government and instilled guarantees in their laws for those rights without even so much a single shot or a single drop of blood being spilled. So it is possible. Probably not America because of religious extremists and fascists. They're loud, they're violent, and they're out to literally make your existence illegal. So they will fight to the death for that. That's scary. That is scary. In all reality, I'm willing to fight to the death for my rights too. Because what they're fighting for isn't rights, it's control. I'm fighting for rights, they're fighting for control. I know what they're doing is wrong. I know what I'm doing is right. Anybody with half a brain, even if they're overly religious, can understand that that's correct. That's how most people think. That's a healthy way to think. Everybody gets to keep their rights, and everybody gets to live their lives how they want to, as long as they're not physically harming or hurting others. Because, that's how rights work. I've always said that. That's how rights work. If you approach somebody and they have a point of view and you have a point of view, neither of you can assert those point of views onto each other. Say, in the context of freedom of speech, you cannot make that person believe what you say. You cannot groom them into it. You cannot do any such thing. It does happen, but it's against free speech, and it's against free will and human rights. That's what it is. But your rights end where someone else's begin. You always have to remember, it's always supposed to have a gridlock effect. It's always supposed to have a nullifying effect. Basically, both parties stop before the collision, because the first person to throw a punch or do anything physical is in the wrong, because they are now trying to control. That's the entire thing. Like, the cops are in the wrong on this. We're allowed to protest. It's in the fucking Constitution. And you're infringing on that right for people to peacefully assemble and protest. Have been for years. I don't know what I can say or do to fix this, but I just know 100% in my heart that unless it is fixed, America just doesn't exist anymore as a country. You're gonna see a huge and sudden turn in people just not participating in the American society in any regard. They're not going to fund their government because it is not for them. No taxation without representation. Sorry about your luck. That's what people are going to do. I've already heard talk of it everywhere. You've failed yourself and your people. So, unless it is fixed immediately, what else did you expect to happen? You want us to vote. You're already in control. You're already in fucking control. Tell me I'm wrong. The supposed liberal party in this country is already in fucking control. But instead of, actually fixing shit, they're just fundraising off of it. Why would I pay you if you're not going to fix anything? Fucking ignorant fucks. I hope they take me down. I hope some social media censors me because I'm going to cuss them out. Everybody knows this is an 18+ stream. So whatever. I'm going to say how it is. Free speech platforms, right? They do things beyond common sense. Everybody does. But I'd like to think about 80% of those things don't affect people physically. Okay? Maybe the person that does the thing, that's beyond common sense. But not... Oh, hey, look, my files are done downloading. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta get this other one on here now. I have 2 chips here. And one of the, like I said, 2 days I have enough proof for both of these places to either get them to actually be places where independent contractors are allowed to work, or let's see, it's 18th, 19th, 27th. So I think the 27th one. Oh no, 18th and 19th. I don't think I have either of those dates either. So let's just get this 18th. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm just putting some files in my computer that need to go there for safekeeping. I do have the 18th and the 19th. Let me see if it's why is the view messed up? Details. There we go. Paste. Skip these files. Okay, 18th is done. 19th is probably done too. Let's go down to the 19th. Oh, there's 126. Copy. Paste. Oh wait, no. Don't do that. 19th. Oh my god, the views are always messed up. This is supposed to be the default, it's supposed to be details. Paste. There we go. Skip these files. Good. Okay. And then the 26th is this one. One file. Probably not even a very long video, but it's fine. Go back to June 26th. Oh my god, yeah, it just defaults back to this stupid crap. Paste. Oh, it's like 2 seconds. Okay. 27th. And that's what most of these are, the 27th. Copy. All right. Did I not have any 27th in the other one? Let me see if I gotta go back. Okay, so go to my F disk. Not my F disk, my D drive. Car videos. Go into 26th and see if there's any 27th in there. No? Okay. All right. They're all the 27th I have. Right. That's today. Okay. We're good. All right. So this, was a damning evidence for different rideshare platforms being downloaded on my computer right now. Doesn't really hold much merit at this point because it's an oligarchy. I've said that before. We live in an authoritarian oligarchy whose sole purpose is to exploit every single one of its citizens at this point. I've advocated over and over again. But this is the near the ending results when they've completely blanketed over everyone. So that's why I'm getting louder these days, because I was loud in the past and I'm just told to shut up and deal with it. I still get. I've always been for human rights. And you're not going to shut me up. Unless you kill me. It's the only way you're going to shut me up. And I get it. The other side, I keep hearing about it, which they need to stop because they're just being detrimental to themselves. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it because there are no viable answers right now. There are no answers that will save you from this. But silence is a form of complacency. I know you're hurting. They want you to be silent. They want you to shut up and take it. You can't do that. You can't give up. Just take some time to yourself. Hopefully not too much. And get back in the fight. That's all you can really do. Take a few minutes to yourself, a few days. Not too much time. Because they've already stepped over the line. We need to fight this any way we can. Any means necessary. At the end of the day, I fear that they're not going to fix this. They haven't. Hundreds of years, they haven't fixed it. The will of the people has been to fix it. They've ignored it. The will of the majority is, hey, fix this. And they go, no. Nah. Yeah. That's what they do. We, as the people of this country, do not accept your answer of no anymore. We demand change. We demand change. We demand our rights. We demand equality. Blatant disregard for our human rights wasn't, and is never going to be acceptable. You, as a government body, have run out of time to bait this. Fix it. You are out of time. Any of you seen how eerily dead it is outside these days? Because of the slew of bullshit that's happened over the last half a decade. Just eerie. It's disturbing. Nobody's participating in this society anymore. Nobody. Not willfully. Not any kind of willfully whatsoever. It's forced. Working poor. It's forced servitude. Basically, all they just go is, hey, we'll just make it so that they're forced to work because they gotta eat. What they didn't realize is they didn't force that work. They just made everybody have to go homeless. Made everybody have to go homeless. That's what they did. Congratulations. You've made everybody homeless. You want a cookie? You want a cookie? We'll fix some right now. How many do I got? I got 1, 2, 3. That's it. Okay, cool. All right. I think you'd see me fix this because I wanted to beforehand. This one. Okay, hell. As long as you remember which one is the number one. There we go. Okay. See this shit? There we go. This, that. That. Okay. X. Only edges and faces. Actually, only faces. Let's get rid of the. Oh, shh. That should just be the faces. Save, tab, file, export FBX, avatar world. Actually, this was inside main lobby. Window glass, right? Not a big window glass, right? That's upstairs anyway. Okay, so export. Mail. It disappeared because it's no longer freaking watch this. Yeah, it's gone. Oh my god, it's disappeared instead of fixing itself, right? Okay, 3. Get rid of this. It's still solid, still there. The reason we're not seeing it? Yes, there is a reason we're not seeing it, and I'll show you what it is. Main lobby. At the bottom. This is the new glass. This is one of the main reasons. Simply because apparently that wasn't the one you used. Now hold on. I have to drive it back into place. No, because it's the whole piece. It's this whole piece. So all of it would have disappeared had that not fixed itself. Where is it? Oh my god, it's still there. It's literally still there. Like, look. This part is still here. And the reflection probes are still bouncing off of there. But the glass is like ultra transparent. Oh shit, that messed up. Okay, yeah, we gotta rebake the lighting. That's what we gotta do. Rebake the lighting to fix that issue. So let's go into preferences, clear catch scene. There we go. See how it's back? And there's no lines in the glass anymore. Now we can just rebake the lighting. And this is going to take like 20 minutes again. And I'm going to dip in frames while I'm talking. I know I am. So, but everything will be back and everything will be fixed and look nice. All right? Face it. Take it. I like the way the glass turned out. As simple as it might be, simple as everything is in this scene, I just like the way it turned out. So my graphics card doesn't have enough space on it to really bulk bake. And Unity doesn't have a way to put it all onto my GPU. So what ends up happening during the bake is it'll initially be on my GPU and then switch back over to the CPU to finish the job. It gets up to however many gigabytes, and then it has to switch between the two quietly. I'm going to try to use the GPU, but it silently just keeps switching back to the CPU to finish the job, which is why it takes as long as it does. Like, I guarantee you it'd be under 5 minutes if I had a 12 gigabyte DDR5 RAM in my graphics card, but I have like 8. So 7 that can be used, 8 total. I'd have to have like, I don't know, 16 gigabytes of GPU RAM, a VRAM, just to be able to bake with this. I don't think there's that many cards out there that have that much space. That's fine. A little bit of a slower bake, but still just as good, I think. Personally, I think it's got the same quality. And it's nice, it's good. Mind you, if I had an NVIDIA card, or if, you know, that baking program, bakery, would actually work, I could do this a lot faster. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so this world is huge right now. No, I'm not like spouting off about human rights at this second, but I would just like to let you guys know that parody streams. Oh wow. Okay, whatever. I do need a lot of help right now. I don't know. I probably should put something like this up here while I'm doing this because I need help. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So I'm going to create one of these. Yeah. We're going to do text. We're going to do text. There we go. Add text source. Add new. Please enter a name for the source. This is going to be called CashApp. There we go. Add source. Select Arial. We'll just leave it Arial. Regular. Cash app. It's gonna be. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. There we go. Okay, we go done. And I'm pretty sure. Oh shit! Hold on, guys. Control Z that. Okay, Control Z. Where is this at? Can't see. Oh, it's up here. Okay. There we go. Oh no, Control Z. Stop doing that. Give me this. Give me this. Why can't I grab it? Why is it making me do it the slow way? And why can't I shrink it down? I don't need to be that big. Now this says grab. There we okay. Okay. You guys don't really need to see the error reports anyway, so we'll put it right about here. There we go. There we go. Fastest way, best way to donate to me. In a nutshell. While I'm baking. So we all need help. I'm not gonna beg for it. I know that gets me nowhere anyway. So here we go. I wish there was an alert for everybody who donated via Cash App, but there's not. They don't have that kind of functionality in Streamlabs because why would they want to do that? That would take money out of their pockets because then you would donate through Streamlabs or all the other donation platforms that take their cut. This is straight to the creator. And I mean, mine is not that private because it keeps showing my name. What the hell ever. I'm going to discuss a lot of things that are wrong with everything. If you don't like that, obviously you don't have to listen. I'm going to keep that Cash App thing on there because it is the best form, the best way to help me directly, immediately. And I am in a dire situation where I can't make a living because of the authoritarian oligarchy that exists in our country. It is what it is. Everybody's been affected by this and has been for years, but doesn't want to speak up about it because they think they can win at a game that's rigged against them. I work more than 40 hours a week. Always worked more than 40 hours a week. until recent years, until very recent years, to where that's not a possibility. It's dried up. It doesn't work anymore. So what do you do? This is it. This is my last line of hope. And I know all I'm going to do is be able to talk about things like the rights we should have, the human rights that are supposed to be guaranteed to everybody on this earth that aren't being given. And I only get to talk about that until I'm silenced. And I already told everybody, you'll get my silence when I'm dead. So I hope that is a long time from now, but I do fear, like everybody else, that it's not going to be as far off as I hoped it would be. So after I'm done rebaking this lighting on this world that isn't even finished yet, I'm going to play a game. I don't know why. Nobody's watching game streams these days. Too overly concerned with, being able to exist. Working on their thing. Trying to make it in their way of life. Nice. Finally got to the other one. Okay. Alright. Foggy glass back. Now there's no streaks in it because I got rid of the faces that were randomly inside of the here. I can try to put the materials onto the speakers real quick. I did not change the yeah, I can talk. Okay, I didn't change the way the speakers were made, or the UVs on the speakers. So if I throw the material that is for the speakers into the mix, it should very well not affect that. So by the time this world is done, it'll be about 40 or 50 megabytes uploaded on PC, and roughly the same on Quest. There'll be a noticeable increase in the quality on Quest because the way of compression that's going to happen is a kind of a unrecoverable one, but because I have the files on my computer, I can obviously edit those and upload those. But you can never download them from the place they're downloaded to. They're always going to be stuck there, which is kind of how Unity already has their stuff set up. You cannot download an avatar you uploaded or a world you uploaded from Unity. So why would I be scared to upload it under that format if I can just edit and upload again? It's like a much needed line of compression so that you can get these nicely detailed worlds be uploaded without going over the allotted space needed. And I apologize in advance for my voice staggering or anything on here, but we're getting into a very heavy part of the baking that takes the longest and takes the most processes, and it doesn't like it when I try to make it the most important thing, because then my streaming suffers and my yeah, you can see it baking over there. ETA 1 minute, ETA 2 minutes, ETA 2 minutes. It just sticks around that time frame. Like, This is not an accurate countdown, guys. This is not an accurate countdown at all whatsoever. All right, so back to the human rights talk. Back to the current events and current situation. For a lot of us, we've had times in our life where our lifestyle choices and where our lives in general have been seen as less, and we fought to correct that, and we had gotten that correction. The problem is we stopped there, even though we damn well knew that there was still inequality in the system, but because those people got what they wanted, they stopped. That's another inherent problem. That's another major problem that I've noticed with this entire thing, with our ability to recover from this, is once the newly marginalized group that just has a louder voice gets what they want, they'll just stop pursuing equality. That has always baffled me. That has always frustrated the fuck out of me. But it's what they do. I hate it. But then again, you know, people hate how loud I am as a person. About supposed political things. We shouldn't make things political. I'm like, no. We're well beyond, you know, sugarcoating this bullshit. We've been well beyond sugarcoating this bullshit since day one, but you feared the repercussions that were inevitably going to come anyway. That's the thing. You thought there was a way to avoid this. You thought if you tried to actively fix things in their unfair, biased system that is heavily stacked against you, that you would have some sort of positive impact in the right direction. And I've been saying this since day one. You're repeating the same habit, expecting different results. You're literally following the definition of insanity. Stop that. I know we're a bunch of crazy people. I do. I realize that 90% of the world is just insane. We have no concept of sanity. We talk a big game, but we don't follow through. But now we got this extremist group of sociopaths literally following through because they're not insane, they're sociopaths. That's a bit more dangerous than any insane human being could possibly be, because insane people tend to do stupid things that are more inherently, you know, affecting themselves than affecting other people. Like expecting different results from the same patterns. Yeah. Sociopaths, on the other hand, they're fucking nutcases. You want an all new level of crazy? Look into what a sociopath actually is. Bet you'd rather be friends with a psychopath than a sociopath. Found that out relatively recently. Yeah. You still finalizing that bake, eh? Hey, come on. Bake them light probes. Transfer that data. Yeah. Let's finalize this bake. This is what happens when it switches back to the CPU. It's like, I don't have enough room for all this shit. What are you doing? I'm gonna go back to the CPU and remake all this shit. My window is nice and clear now. I also fixed the light probes in there. And hopefully the speed of the water. We'll see. I think I did. Somebody said it was okay, but I still think it's a little off. Oh yeah. And although we're still waiting for clarification on that one, there's another thing that's happened today. They're working on separation of church and state. They're working on getting rid of the separation of church and state. It seems like. Right. Oh my god. I really hope that's not their solution. That's a terrible way to do that. Anyway, sorry. Just people joking around about what happens when America collapses, what they're going to do. They're in very poor taste, considering they're joking about it and not being serious because they don't have any say in that sort of thing. Kind of like, when we attack a country and say, well, we're just trying to give them freedom. No, you're attacking them. You're killing people. You're not freeing anybody. You're killing people. just I don't know. Well, yeah. Here it goes. Reflection probes baking. Finally. Okay. Took a good 10 minutes. And 20 minutes. Becoming a daunting task because it's a huge light map. Like I said, my file size has never been the problem with these things. It's always just compression type. I wish I could find it again, but there's a very good seminar that somebody did on the limitations of the VR headset Oculus Quest versus PC. So they had the PC stats and ability, and they had the Oculus Quest stats and abilities and limitations, as well as looking up the limitations on VR chat for what they specifically limit their stuff to is also highly suggested. I could just tell you, I mean, obviously you can do transparency with your shaders. That's why the glass is transparent, shows up on both PC and Quest. Why do we get to use the standard shaders for world creation? Because they're not moving. There's a calculation that has to be made for every single angle of every single transparent surface, and it has to be done very fast. If you do it on a moving object, you have just more than doubled the amount of calculations needed to render out that transparent object. So yeah, VR chat went, yeah, our headsets aren't going to see transparency on avatars because avatars are always moving. They're always moving. You can do a particle shader because that's not transparency. That's literally putting particles of items across an area. Okay? Jesus, that's staggering. Come on. Got this. Whew. Okay. Okay, do your thing. Do your thing. It's fine. So like I was saying, yeah, it's there's no calculation because they're not calculating to look through the object. They're just calculating the empty space in between the multiple objects that they have on there. A lot less calculation because once it hits dead space, it's not doing any calculation. Just saying, hey, that's dead space. Move on. Dead space. Move on. And it's calculating the difference. It's like thing is calculating something that's completely seeable with something that's not seeable. Whereas transparency, they're calculating the amount of visibility that is in that object. Okay, so particle shaders are an object beside empty space. A transparency is the object being transparent. If that makes, I hope that makes sense to you guys, because that's what that is. So that's why you will see particle shaders on avatars. Mobile particle shaders can be used for transparency because one of them actually has reflection probes built in. And most people don't use that. They just use a standard shader or Pyumi shader. And it doesn't show up for them. So many avatars that could be fixed and have some level of transparency if you would just increase and decrease the multiplier. But then again, I don't know because people, I would imagine somebody would have done that by now. I really do. With any sort of minor research, they could figure out that, oh, hey, I should be able to use this on an avatar. They do have particle shaders on the avatars. I've seen them. So why wouldn't they be able to use the particle shader on the mesh of the avatar? They can. People just don't see it that way. They really don't. I'll have to create an avatar with that stuff. I really will. I have a friend that's really into creating avatars. Here we go. Save that shit. That looks beautiful. Beautiful windows now. Oof, love it. Let's look over here. There was a spot over here earlier that looked terrible. And now it doesn't look anywhere near as bad. That shit's good. Yeah. What is this? Oh, that's the other side. Okay, that's fine. We don't care about that. I get the two sides don't necessarily touch. I don't think. Well, yeah, they do. And what is that? Some kind of visualization glitch, I'm guessing. That's fine. Maybe not. That's so weird. Anyway, imperfect glass. Doesn't show up on this side, so fuck it. I'm trying to reuse textures a lot now because I do have a lot of textures on here already. I just have to get more clever about it. Like with this bar, I think what I'm going to do is have the black plastic strip here and here, and then the what's it called? And then the bamboo flooring that I used inside, I'm going to put the bamboo across here, up and down. Same thing with over here. I'm probably going to do something very similar. I'll figure it out. It's gonna be okay. These look fantastic. Got all the great detail. A little dark over here, so I might. Oh, I put the light source down. I'm gonna make sure that these are lit up with that light source. Right now, they're still a little bit dark, and you can only really see the detail from the sides. See, you can see the detail from the sides. Once you get up front, a little on the edges, but that's about it. Kind of disappointing. So we will bake that more, make it more visible. You do kind of see it in the reflection probes a little bit. Yeah, it's fine. Good to go. We got a lot of reflection probes here. We haven't even added the light probes yet. I did add the light probes. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? Go back up to lighting. Lights. Create empty inside named light probes. All right, then we're going to add light probe group. I'm only going to add one simply because it's technically all you really need. It's just going to separate them by name, but they're all going to be connected and counted as one. So let's not try to fool ourselves into thinking that okay, so we have to go to the light map inspector, edit light map. Be able to grab these, perfect. Oof, being glitchy today. Because this is a big file. This is like the biggest, most detailed world I've ever had. So eventually, obviously, it's gonna get a little laggy. Ugh. We actually don't need to put one this far in. Then again, we do kind of have to saturate the area, so yeah. Sure. That's what you gotta do. You gotta place your stuff, guys. You really do have to place your stuff. Make sure it's all the way up in that corner. Get as close as you can. Not touching anything. Duplicate it. I said duplicate it. Drag it down. Yeah, okay, duplicate it. Put it right about in the middle. There we go. Duplicate. And what you want to do is basically just put lights close to the other lights. And you have to be like right on top of it. Just have to be close to it. You want to put these wherever light changes. Technically, you want to put them where light changes, or you want to put them where there's going to be a noticeable difference in a light change. Okay. And then everything else is going to calculate based off of the other light probes, depending on where you're standing. I would like to grab these three, duplicate them, and put them towards the edge of the bed. There we go. Okay. Just delete these other light probes because we're not going to use them. There we go. Or X works. Delete. There we go. So now we can just go around and kind of spam shit a little bit. It's gonna be fun placing all these. It really is. It does do a basic general distance sort of calculation. As far as I know. We'll see though. There we go. So depending on how I want this to look and how I want this to feel, I just put these dots by it, you know, that's what I do. I'm gonna be working on this for a while. This is just to get all the lighting right and all the lighting changes right, and as long as you don't go too crazy with these in every room, as you can oversaturate a room. It is what it is. All right. So these are the light probes I didn't have in the last time I showed this world to people. It's not a finished world by any means. I don't want to put these in places that are going to be affected. Duplicate. They're going to affect the lighting and look different. So let's go right about there. Duplicate. Right about here. There we go. Duplicate. You might think for a second that you actually want... That's fine. Because it's going to go up there anyway. Duplicate. Okay, so we got that. Duplicate. All right, there. Duplicate. Go all the way to the corner. This is that 3-tier stuff. How I see this 3-tier stuff, right? Duplicate, get this in the other corner. There we go. Duplicate. This part of the door, duplicate. The middle of the door, duplicate. At this side of the door. Okay. Duplicate. Bring it out here, bring it over here. We're going to walk this into the room. And right here, duplicate. Oh, yeah. Duplicate. Oh, yeah. Duplicate. Right here. All right, that seems good. Now I just need one of these. Duplicate. All right, so light changes. This is forcing a light change on a character is what it's doing. Because, you know, you got the subtle stuff, you really do. Okay. But you don't have... You know what these are like? These are like little mini light probes. Reflection probes, I mean. Little mini reflection probes. Except for they're with light map. They're based on the light map, you know? So, here you go. A little bit over full. That should cover the bases. And it's based off of the light map that's already been baked. Okay, so that's where it's getting its data, its lighting data, is from the already baked light map. You never have to reposition any of this stuff. You just have to remember to completely bake your light maps one final time with all the detail that you want, and kind of go from there. Jesus. So I'm doing a lot with my computer right now. I have 2 programs open. This one I need to save, get rid of. Get on. Ah. No. Why do you hate me? I hate when I have to switch from between Blender and other shit to make sure everything is like not selected so I can close the program. All right, there we go. So that's one room with light probes. We already have a ton of light probes, probably too many in all reality. But I'm going big or going home for this world. People are going to come in this world. They're going to be like, oh my god, the lighting is amazing. The way it reacts to the character is amazing. The way it looks is amazing. I am going all out. So by the time I'm done with this world, like I said, it's going to be 50, 60 megabytes after that ultra sort of compression method that takes it down by 25%. As it is right now, it's almost 200 megabytes. Almost 200 megabytes. Okay. This might be too many for light pros. A lot of calculations. Now, see, this is the reason why you only do one light probe group, is because even if I create another light probe group, when I select it, there'll be lines going to the other light probe groups because they're in the same world. So I don't see a reason to create multiple groups. I just see a reason to place the probes. And obviously you can see where all your probes are placed. You can move them if you need to. You can do what you want with them. And the moment you don't need them to be there, boop, you just unclick or just click on something else. Hold on. Oh, that's right. Unclick this and do that. The moment you unclick on them, they all disappear. Yeah. And then it just does the calculation. That's it. That's all there is to it. Sadly, you're never going to get that reflection off the TV with a light probe, because it's going to be black in the cooked version, and then once they're placed there and there's a person in that area, it will obviously turn on the TV and it'll be whatever color it is, but it's not going to be any brighter in here except for how that looks over there. No real-time reflections are going to be in this world. Just not a thing. What the fuck happened? Where did it go? What happened to this water? Hold on. Top. What happened to the top? Why is it just the... That's annoying. It's the last one made. Not even the right one. Hold on. Ah, there it is. Okay. I think. That might be a window. No? It might be the stage. This one's broken. You float. Hold on. This one seems like it's in the... Oh my god. I don't like that. Oh, for cube map. Okay, I need to go close to it. I need to find out. Okay, so this is this. Okay, so this is definitely that one. Definitely that one. Okay. Go save. Alright. I don't know why that happened after bake, but it did. So now we fixed it. Yay. Okay, all better. What's the one down here? Down here is still down. Oh, what the hell just happened to this one? 17. Normal 1. What the hell happened? That's the stage one. Okay, that's why that doesn't look right. That's above. Window. Where's the one that's inside the pool? There it is. Why does it keep changing the name of the probes? Not quite the scale, is it? Oh. There we go. Pretty sure this is what I'm seeing. Yeah. Flexion probe 2. There we go. That's fine. Okay. So, yeah, that's fine. Save. Good. Little itty bitty issues fixed. I had one over here with one of these. I got rid of that, and I got rid of that one. So if I want to do the soil, I'm gonna create a 3D object, a cube, and we're gonna call this the soil collider. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna bring it over here. How you make correct colliders that don't look crappy, okay? Bring it over here. Bring it over here. Turn off the mesh render. Nobody needs that shit. Because we don't need the mesh render, we can just use this box. Shrink it almost completely down. And a little bit above. And it doesn't matter how much below, obviously. There we go. And then we can go into the top, like so. And just stretch it into place. Things that don't need UV maps obviously don't need UV maps. There we go. Just put it in the wall a little bit. It doesn't matter. That way, when you're over here, it's not going to look crappy. Like I noticed not that long ago that, come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, the thing I noticed is, yeah, keep a little bit of it overlapping right there. If you grab both of them, boom. You see this one and this one. Don't worry about the guidelines. You just do that. A little bit of overlap doesn't hurt with colliders. Now the only thing you have to worry about is this. And that, my friends, is very easy to do too. Just go to this garden rim. Just duplicate one of these. Just go like Control Duplicate. Put it in the rim. And then drag it into place. We'll have to do several of the top parts. But we can be very generic about it, like watch. Doesn't have to be anything special. We can literally just let's get down here. If I can grab anything or make it thicker. Oh, scale. We gotta do scale. Okay, scale. Scale. There we go. Okay, so Now I can go back to this one. Yeah, let's grab them that way. Go into here. Go to the top. Or the inside. Yeah, there we go. Inside. Oop, just through the floor a little bit. That's it, that's it. Grab it through here. Don't necessarily want to go through that. It's already through it. There we go. That's probably pretty good. You can drag this top down. Watch for the middle to disappear right about there. Okay. Got a square. Rectangle. You can go a little bit on the outside of this. You don't want to go too far. Do this. There we go. I just decided it doesn't matter so much because it's just going to go through the wall anyway. Boop. There we go. Perfect. Control save. That's how you fix colliders that don't want to make themselves right. So now everybody will walk on the floor. We also didn't do this. Hold on. Duplicate. Move this shit over here. Gotta do the same thing to this area too. You really don't want to have messed up colliders anywhere. You really don't. So no worries, guys. We're gonna fix it all. Duplicate. Like I said, there's no reason worry so much. This is a very easy thing to set up. Very easy thing to do. Control duplicate. You're allowed to have overlapping colliders. They don't care. They just collide with shit. That's exactly what they do. They stop things from passing through. It'd have to be a perfect art. There we go. There we go. See? Look at that. Look at that. Nice, huh? This is still the garden room, so we'll take the fourth one. Duplicate it. I'll drag it over here. I believe that's the same size. So we're gonna need to see this because it's gonna be a little off, I guess. Okay. Duplicate. Blah. There we go. Duplicate. Back to edit. Bring it in this way. Right? Take it in this way. That way, right about there. Out this way. Pretty much all the way out to the end. Perfect. All right, look at this, guys. Oopsie, wrong button. Ta-da! I'll save. Yay! So a handful full of added colliders to this stuff, and that's when you play. Okay. This is the desired effect. I don't know why it's taking so long to play. Alright. Close. Look at the set pass calls. A little bit much in here. We can't see the way the light reflects in here because we can't see a reflection of ourselves. We'll have to test that in game because it's just easier. You have to test this in game too because it doesn't look like that in game. We can look here and jump and see that it is reflecting the bottom of the pool. Okay, guys? With no real issue. The light's kind of acting a little funny with it, but it's fine. It looks nice. The pool water looks amazing. All right, here's the big part. When I went in here, it used to like step up like that. It still does. See how it does it? Gotta fix that. So what is going on that is up there like that? I think we've checked the soil. Okay, check the soil. Should not raise up like that. It's because I put a box collider as this, didn't it? Isn't it? Yep. You see how thick that is? Wow. That's thick as fuck. Oh my god. It's the box collider on the ground. Size. Why? Let's do like 0.1? Oh shit. It's not. No. Center 0. Holy crap. This is why you should never do colliders like this. Okay, so we're gonna remove component. Okay. We're going to go to the garden floor. We're going to add 3D object. We're going to add a plane. Now we're going to add a cube. I'm going to add a cube because cube colliders are the ones that seem to work the best. Bring it over where it needs to be. It's just the positioning of this crap is stupid. Okay, look at this. Okay, so you saw that positioning. That was stupid. Who does that, right? You can see the dark part, the light part is up above the floor. The dark part is below the floor. Let me just do this. Till it disappears, bring it back up a little bit. There you go. You can drag this up wherever you want. I go like about that thin. It really doesn't matter. Then you just do what you do. All the way out to here. Overlap there a little bit. That doesn't matter. We're gonna go out to here because we can, and because I think this has a collider on it too that needs to be gotten rid of. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, we're good. All right. Go back to garden floor cube. We're gonna call it GF collider. Forgive my spelling, please. Okay, we missed. Whoop. I'm gonna go out to here, right? Yeah, okay. We're gonna go out. This is gonna get an isotopic view. There we go. Really far away. Isotopic view. Oh, good. There we go. Back to perspective. As you can see, the floor is the floor. We'll save, we'll hit play. And now, between this mesh collider, I think that's what it is, yeah, mesh collider, and that floor collider, there shouldn't be any sort of hopping or skipping or jumping or whatever. It doesn't matter. Alright. Give it a second to think, because I hit play already. Close. Jesus. Lots of skipping. Okay, so here we go. Nothing. Smooth as butter. Okay, right? And then you're like, oh, well, what about, whoop, okay, now we're in the garden. Perfect. See? Awesome. Also perfect. Yeah. Seed colliders are going to be toggleable. Good to go. Not a big deal. Okay, so we're gonna stop playing it. We're gonna save it. We are going to I would say shrink it down and rebake it, but I don't feel like doing that today. I do have to get more assets or create them myself. This is the very beginning stages of Unity. There's a lot left to do. A lot of little minor fixes here and there, as well as some major fixes for the items and stuff. And then finally, I'm going to research the compression that I need to get this to be a quarter of its size without losing any of the detail. It's a specific file format, that's all it is, and you just have to convert it to that file format and mess with the read writes permissions to get it to only put in the necessary data. Yeah. It's not a big deal, since they kind of walk you through it. It's just, you know, you got to research it, you got to find it. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this looks nice so far. It's like it's still dark. I'm like, I don't have all the lighting in here yet. Jeez. It's yeah, some generic base lighting. That's it. No light sources other than the emission. I'm actually gonna have like lamp lights in certain places and maybe some floor lights, maybe some top lights, maybe some wall lights. Just depends on what I go with. But as you can see, that flat of a surface does that. And I'm thinking I can get away with just emissive light. Especially since the light probes pick up on emissive light. You want proof? I have nothing to pick up in here, so I can't raise my arm, but if I had something to pick up in here, I could pick it up and show you. Yeah. Put an object sync on it, put my hand out in a test world. So I think I'm gonna do. Go ahead and upload it with this minor fixes that I did get on it. Builder. Build and publish for Windows. This might cause my stream to skip. Just letting you guys know. This is just a demo that's going to be live for me to show them that it's working. It's on a private, it's uploaded privately. Nobody can make a public instance of this. Hackers out there that do malicious things that can get into these private instances, but that is beyond my control. Therefore, I'm not liable for people doing that crap. Okay. There we go. Oh god, this takes so long. I'll be back. I'll be back. Oh my god, that was rough. Oh look, it finally came up. Look at that. Look at that, it finally came up. I'm back. Ignore the noise in the background. Oopsie. Anyway. Alright, let's see. What to talk about now? I don't even know. I'm not even sure who the one viewer is. But I guess I appreciate you for sticking around through my rant of sorts. Less of a rant, more of a demanding equality, demanding our government be what it's been trying to pretend to be for the entirety of its existence. That's all it's done. It's pretended to be all that stuff it's wanted you to think it is. Yeah. I just put 24 as player capacity so I can just stack a whole bunch of people in there. Trust me, in all reality, you could probably have a lot more people in there. As long as they don't all stand around the same area. I don't know why it's doing that. Just weird. Did I box project that? Is that what I forgot to do? Did I forget to box project it? Oh, come here. This one for. Ah, yeah. That one. That one is that one. That one is for the whole area. No, that's for the pool. It's for the top of the pool. This one's for underneath the pool. And this one's for everything else. Okay, so that's for the swimming pool, and this one's for everything else. If I grab this one, it should move everything in there, correct? But it doesn't. We've gotten the wrong one. Watch. Okay, so we want the one with the lighter top, right? Yes. The one with the lighter top from a downward angle rather than the upward angle on this stuff right here. So we've already built this, so it doesn't really matter as much right now. Let's just switch builds. We'll just do that. Build. Oh, no, cancel that. I did not want to do that. Switch to Android. This is what I need to do. Now I gotta wait. See, this is what happens when you rush yourself. Okay. Cancel. Version. What happens when you try to cancel something that's frozen? Come on. Cancel. We don't want to do it anymore. Let's go back to the scene. Yeah, compute the cancel. Compute the cancel click. Come on. What is going on? Probably froze it. Doesn't like it when you stop its processes like halfway through. Likes to complain. We'll see. I'll be back. All right. The sun has gone down, and I've done a little work on this. What the hell? Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Okay, so pause. So save. Switch target build for Android. Confirm. This is going to take forever. Everybody knows. We're going to look around when it's an Android. Okay. We're gonna hit the little play button. We're gonna look around because it's going to be showing us the light mapping for Android when we switch to that build. Okay. That's a really nifty thing that this program does, is that once it does import all of this stuff into an Android operating system OS build, it previews it on PC, which makes it look a lot better, but it does a good job of showing you how much it's going to degrade the light mapping and how much it's going to make things look kind of weird. Because I will tell you right now, you lose a lot of light map detail once it has been changed. Yeah. Okay, so we're an hour in. I'm hoping for miracles. Put my Cash App right there. I am hoping to God. I'm not religious, but I am hoping for the best. You just got to remember, I was raised religious, guys. I don't mean to say that stuff. It's the only way I know how to phrase it. Insanely embedded in my mind, but I do not believe that God is going to save me. I am just hoping that somebody out there has the ability to, this moment in time, to help dig me out of this horrible situation I'm in. About as likely as winning the lottery, but okay. It's fine. Oh, here's an announcement. Here is a huge announcement, okay? So, you do not get to, as a religious person, take a stance of indifference because of your religion. You do not get to say, not my problem because it doesn't affect me. You don't get to say that. That's being complacent to your religion. And also, if you bring up that, oh, well, it's against my religion, it's not. It's not against your religion. I was raised Roman Catholic. I know better because I am a studied Roman Catholic. Learned how to read on the Bible. I have read through it several times. Several freaking times. Way too many times to count. And it never once mentions any type of homophobia. It does mention pedophilia, although it's been misinterpreted as homophobic sort of thing. But no, they're completely against pedophiles. Okay? And nothing was ever said by Jesus or anybody else in that book about homosexuals. Okay? So it's not against your religion. Also, in our country, not your religion. Everyone is supposed to be equal. I don't care who you are. It's what we were all sold on when we were born and when we were put in school and what we were taught. This country is about equality and prosperity. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Separation of church and state. Religious people are not exempt from their passive-aggressive rhetoric. If you're not a friend, you're an enemy. That's how that works, in the simple and short of it. Okay? Now, some of my friends, probably a lot more patient than I am. God knows why at this point, but whatever. Are willing to maybe talk with these people and see if can talk some sense into them. But that's not me. We have been past the point of no return for a long time. Now we're finally starting to get everybody on board to this. Everybody. Because it's affecting everybody. Now, there's a horrible way to have to do that because, like I said before in this little podcast or whatever you want to call it. God, those are taking forever. But anyway, like I said before, once people fix shit that they want fixed, they tend to stop paying attention, and I think that's just a failure on society as a whole. I've never given up on people. I don't know how to approach it. I was under the understanding that if I die, I can't help them. But seeing how I've pretty much know that eventually my lifestyle is going to be illegal, hence my existence is going to be illegal. I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm going to die anyway. And why do I have to be like that? Why do I have to be like that in America? Why do I have to be like that in America? Why have I been put in this position? Why have women been put in this position? Why have minorities throughout the centuries been put in this position? I suppose if anything, at least I'm free in the thought of no longer being limited in my ability to help. No longer am I like, well, we'll let you live as long as you shut up. Because now they're just blatantly outright stating, oh, we don't care. Now you're not going to have those rights soon. You're going to be less than human soon. The women already are, so what are you going to do about that? And you're on your way out. That's what this is. That's the situation I live in. So no longer do I have to tiptoe and try to sneak in and try to use their constructs against them to get back equality. I can just bluntly outright state it. Needs to happen. Needs to happen now, and until it's done, the government has failed. And we should not perpetuate their existence. Just make a new one. I die anyway, I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck I want. It's like the person I told the other day. Which one of your friends has to die for it to be your problem? Why do they have to die for it to be your problem? Make no mistake, that's where we're heading. That's where we are. That's where we've been. But nobody's allowed to mention that when they're in a authoritarian oligarchy, are they? Of course not. course not. The only thing left I have to hope for is that I hope I instill equality into enough people's brains that when I'm long gone, it'll happen. When I'm long gone, I hope it'll happen. Because I know I'm not going to get it. I'm not afforded the luxury or opportunity, or the time. My only regret is that I never said it. Because I thought I could win at their game, with the odds stacked against me, like everybody else. It's my only regret is that I didn't speak out sooner because I thought I could beat them at their own game. Just as naive as the rest of the people still doing that to this day. Don't. Stop doing it. Everybody stop doing that. Just say how it is. If we are ever going to get past this, you need blunt reality thrown at everyone's face. You fear over-exaggeration when it's just the reality of the situation. The reality seems over-exaggerated. There is a fucking problem, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, God. I suppose. In all reality, this is either the end of everything for humans as a species, or the start of the end of everything. Because if you can't overcome to a progressive or equally free state of being for all humans, there is no real progress that's ever really going to be made. I suppose we've just been heading to the inevitable extinction of the human race. Inevitable, but over a period of time. I guess we don't get to reach that threshold of ascension in the future to something that will be able to keep perpetuating. That's pretty sad. We're a failed experiment. We're a failed random occurrence of the universe. Unless we can overcome inequality, unless we can make everyone equal as a human being and start to move in a progressive direction, done. We're done. Now these people hyper fixated on overabundance of themselves, throwing away everybody else, and they're not in prison? They're literally detrimental to society and progress in general, and they're allowed to just be that way? This is being... oh, sorry. Give me a second. All right, so God, still switching to Android. This is being very generous, okay? I forgot what I was talking about because I just choked. Gotta love allergies. Oh, God. Okay, so yeah, this is being fair. Each person, each member on the board of any company, each main person on the board should be maxed, and every person in the company, down to the lowest employee, should be maxed out to be able to collect $1 million in profits from that company a year. Everything beyond that, basically, if you're not investing in your company, investing in the people, basically giving them bonuses based off of your profits. If you're not doing that, then you can give your profit up to $1 million to each one of the board members, and then the rest has to go back into public social security nets, and utility, basically upkeep of utility and public assets. Infrastructure, hospitals, schools, uh, emergency services, which need reformed, obviously, but I don't talk about that right now. That's obvious. So there would be no more billion-dollar companies. There would just be a billion-dollar government, which would also have things instilled in it to deliberately make it so that Congress people's salaries are capped and they cannot dip into that general fund to pay them or to reimburse them for anything. They'll have a set pay rate. All the extra money will be surplus for emergencies. And that would be that. A lot of, okay, so let's see what this looks like. This looks, it kind of looks weird, but my God. Jesus. Okay, so these don't look too bad with materials. Without materials, they look terrible. But with materials, no, it's not terrible. It's not bad at all. Oof. Yeah, okay, so see what the windows look like. Okay, windows look pretty good. Yep, I can see the stuff from the outside and the inside. One looks kind of crappy, but Quest, everybody. Quest. Yeah, gotta love it. That's not too bad. Just a little patchy. God. One day I will not have to worry about Quest users whatsoever, but I will still worry about the compression and file size. My God, this looks terrible. So here's what I might be able to do. Here's what's probably going to happen, okay? Once I have it saved in here as that specific file type, it will no longer have to compress everything like this. Like, look at that flow. That is terrible. Oh my God. So weird. Wow. Jesus. Yeah, this is actually not very good at all. There's a lot of artifacting. So yeah, once I get it to be compressed a certain way, all the details will be there still. It'll look just like PC, and it looks terrible on. we'll go ahead and build and publish it so I can get those fixed assets in there. Yeah, this is just ugly. Icky looking light maps. Like I said, it won't compress them anymore if I've already got the specific file type that's read-only and it's a small file size. It won't compress it. It'll just be like, oh, okay, well, this is what this looks like. Here you go. Boom, full file size, because this is as big as the file is. Gonna make it very small, but very readable. All right, here we go. There we go. Okay, so my files are written. I pull this out, put this back in here. I worked on my world for a long time. I've vented because that's all this is doing, is venting. They're not letting me work, so I'm gonna have to switch to maybe playing a video game or something. The light mapping looks terrible. Or Blender. Now the only place that had any kind of light probes is the bedroom. Hey, I think a D view hand in. D hand in. Not you. I don't even know what they're singing about anymore. There we go. Okay, so they're both versions are there, uploaded, things of that nature. Oh god, I need to put some kind of backdrop behind that to be able to be seen all the time. And switch to a different game. Nobody's gonna buy those assets or anything. It's fine. I can make some damn good assets. Really could. Low poly, combine it all together, atlas it, make it as an object that you can throw in there and do whatever you want with. That all day, every day. Really good shit. Have one new view on the Facebook stuff. Alright, check my phone. I think there was a person that was contacting me on Graham. Okay. Or was it TikTok? It might have been TikTok.
Did you know that if you
Inbox. Oh no, that was Instagram.
today in
So I need to go to my home messages. Oh, there we go. That's what it was, Messenger. Facebook Messenger has merged with Instagram because, you know, they're owned by Facebook now. Today. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm going to start another uh, political chat. I guess. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. The longer things go on, the less people watch this crap, that's for sure. Oh God. Yeah, oh hey everybody. That's me. Why even care at this moment? There's gonna be a target on my back, and I had a Chad watching me while I was in my car today, just sitting there staring me down. Like, dude, I live here. Who the fuck are you? Suspiciously, just dead ass, just watching me as I was sitting in my car, just watching TikToks, waiting for hopefully somebody to send me a trip so I could go make some money today. That's unnerving. That is unnerving, knowing that person watching me like that has very malicious intent. Some kid. Thinks he's going to do something because of my lifestyle choices. You guys can't wake up and stop this. Is it even worth being around? This is even worth it. Yay, it's just some cells and deals into this earlier. Let's check that out, shall we? .com. Let's check out prayer in school. Supreme Court. Okay. The school coach can pray on field. Further erodes separation between church and state. Sides with coach over prayer at the 50-yard line. Okay, so the wording's kind of important. Did the Supreme Court allow prayer in public school? The Constitution does not authorize, let alone require, public schools to embrace the conduct, said Justice. Court consistently has recognized that school officials leading prayer is constitutionally impermissible. Establishment clause of the First Amendment. Unless they get rid of that clause, they can't. But they also says that a Supreme Court justice basically said that they're okay with a faculty-led prayer, which is a school-led prayer, into the system. So, which is it? Okay. School-sponsored prayer. If you are a member of that school, you represent that school. So if you are allowed, when you represent that school, to pray at that school, that is school-sponsored prayer. So by siding with this former coach, which is what it is saying it did, you are inherently 100% allowing for school-sponsored prayer in public schools, which violates the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. So, Supreme Court justices have just blatantly violated that clause of the First Amendment. They have literally betrayed their oath. They have literally lied under oath, and they have betrayed it, and they have shit on everything this country is about because they're religious extremists put in there by a non-popular president that didn't win the popular vote, that wasn't a representative of the people, was a representative of religious extremists. And fascists. Unless there are consequences with this, Roe versus Wade, the mass shootings, everything, unless there is positive, progressive change that has been endorsed by the people of this country, all you people, Supreme Court, Congress, presidency, every branch of government, House, Senate, judicial, legislative, executive, all the freaking everything about government is failed. It's a failed system. It is failure. It is no longer credible and can only hope to rule at this point through authoritarianism, through forced methods. So what do you do next? This is immediate changes that needs to happen. There needs to be mass arrests of anybody who has gone against human rights. Mass arrests and incarcerations for the people that are just against humanity. Come on. We can all agree on fucking something. And it is that these extremists, time and time again throughout history, have done nothing but destroy. Done nothing but hurt. All based off of the premise justifying themselves with their religion. They kill in God's name, so it's okay. You know how morbidly insane that sounds? It's not even an opinion. It's not an opinion. It's just straight up fact. That is morally and insanely, ethically, and everything you could possibly believe in. It is just insane. I don't even know how to explain it right. Inconceivable doesn't even begin to describe that. Inconceivable. Because it's already been conceived, already been thought up, and it's already been executed. So I must be done. My existence must be done. So it's a common practice now. So they just do it whenever they want. There's no time frame. They literally just pick things that they don't want to be constitutional anymore, and they give the rights, quote unquote, back to the states for them to decide whether a completely unalienable right is illegal or not. Literally letting states decide if rights are legal. If I'm human, if you're human, if you have the same rights as everyone else. And a lot of states in this country swing towards religious extremism and fascism. Which, obviously, those two things are not mutually exclusive. Biggest hoarder of pedophiles in the world is in the religious sectors of our country. I'm not even playing music anymore. Okay, so what is the government doing about Roe v. Wade? Let's see. The nominal ways. Basically, the different ways that they can do it, but haven't yet. Okay? Governors look to ways to protect abortion rights. So. Let's see what he can do. Okay. They have passed a bill at the House protecting abortion rights, but Senate Republicans have blocked the legislation. Here's another thing. They have the minority. They are the minority, but yet they're blocking legislation based off of the filibuster. And the filibuster is in itself a tyrannical rule law and is unconstitutional. Why aren't they reviewing that? Oh, that's right. They can't win without cheating. Biggest thing is the filibuster, but an even bigger thing is the fact that the majority is sitting on its hands about getting rid of that filibuster. Gotta kind of bring up the obvious question of why the fuck would you do that? It's been in place for decades now. For decades. The filibuster is an unconstitutional authoritarian practice. It's not even a law. It's a unconstitutional authoritarian practice that is keeping the majority from ruling properly. And for that practice to be successful, both sides have to practice it, don't they? So, both sides are choosing to practice an authoritarian dictatorial, if I can talk right, practice that is currently stripping all of us of our guaranteed human rights. No good action from the president can do that. Can we say bullshit? You need to declare right now a state of emergency on the thing that's keeping this from going through. That is an obvious violation of our rights and a government overreach of power filibuster. And if they're able to do it in any other way too, because they will look into it. They will try to find something that gives them that kind of power. Anything that gives anybody the kind of power to rule with the minority is authoritarian and should be struck down and not practiced immediately. How do you not? How are there no consequences for this? Oh, because everybody practices it, right? Something that's not a law, that's just a general practice. The filibuster is not law. Show me. Okay. Let's just do a quick Google search just to make sure that I'm not misspeaking. Filibuster law. Filibuster removal would damage the legislative process and subvert checks on Senate power. No. Okay, defenders of the filibuster claim. The Senate tradition of unlimited debate has allowed for the use of the filibuster. The Senate tradition, a loosely defined term for action designed to prolong debate and delay or prevent a vote on a bill, resolution, amendment, or debatable question. It is a tradition. It is a practice. It is not a law. It is not a law. Remove this authoritarian practice immediately and pass legislation that gives us our equality immediately. Failure to do so is compliance with this illegal and traitorous practice. And you will be continually seen as a failed system. Continually seen as a failed system, okay? These are things I just Googled. Took 5 minutes. Not even that. Filibuster's not a law. It's a tradition. It's a practice. You know how you get rid of the filibuster? You stop practicing it. You stop using it. You stop allowing people to use something that is an authoritarian ruling practice. This is not a democratic practice. This is a lie. This is minority rule. This is authoritarian. This is a dictatorship in guise of a practice that isn't even a fucking law. Okay? The tactic I'm just overwhelmed by everything, but much more so that I just I don't know. It's a matter of time. What's up next for official review? No, it's just telling me, okay, 3, rough you. Many national question, what is next after Roe v. Ruling? Supreme Court just overturned Roe v. Wade. What's next? Okay. Oh, you've probably all seen a lot of TikToks on this. They're talking about overturning Hodges, overturning like 3 major decisions that get rid of contraceptives, protection, same-sex marriages, and same-sex relationships. Leaving that up to the states. That's not a state thing to determine. That's a human right. It's a constitutional thing. Okay. The more you turn back over to the states, decide whether your rights are your rights, the more we are like shaping into like this weird sort of monarchy. Think about it for a second. That's what we got. It's a weird sort of monarchy going on. Isn't it lovely? Again, like I said, they're coming after people because of lifestyle choices next. They are going to do this. Please, somebody, try to convince me we're not in a fascist state. I'd take anything right now, as long as it had an ounce of fucking logic to it. I would literally take anything. My life is going to be forfeit soon. My life is going to be forfeit. I'm going to be on the same boat. My community has been in the same boat before, and now I have to go back being in that boat. What's really sad is I have personally grown up in a country where these things were protected and re-protected and always reiterated and always kept solid because they were known as rights. But now, for some reason, the minority and the Judiciary Committee, let's just call it the judicial branch of the government, has decided that they're no longer considered rights, guaranteed rights. It just did it all in one day. If that doesn't shock you, if that doesn't appall you, if that doesn't anger you, then there was never any hope for this country. Nice to know that I was living a lie all this time. Not one I can escape from, because it's not just happening here. They're starting this rhetoric up in Canada, and they aren't shutting it down. Canada's finding out real fucking fast. Congratulations. You want to be like America? They're coming your way too. Just a matter of time. Probably before I could ever immigrate over there. Part of their plan, I guess. Keep us here because, you know, everywhere else is the same. At least everywhere else that we could afford to get to. what? What else could be next for the Supreme Court? And it says could be next, but let's talk real here. This is what's next. This is what's next. Okay. 4 cases. He listed 4 cases. Okay, this is the same person that generated the opinion that got rid of Roe versus Wade. He listed 4 cases they're coming for next. Okay. Right to same-sex marriage. Right to same-sex couples. Right to contraceptives. Okay. Issues such as contraceptives and marriage, and then he lists 4 cases dealing with issues including the 2015 establishing the right to same-sex marriage. Overruling Roe does not mean the overruling of these precedents. It does not threaten the case to cast doubt on these precedents. Yes, it does. Do you not understand the concept of trigger laws? Do you not understand the concept that they have already made these things illegal in their states? They've taken these rights away from people in the states because rights need to be federally protected to keep the states off of our fucking rights. Two decades. Student college seems to like decline. Mentally unfair. Wow. Affirmative action they're going after? Affirmative fucking action too? My god. Two other ones. Election laws. Oh, I didn't say your name. Stop listening. Okay. More abortion. They don't. This New York Times is really shady about their shit. They don't generally state things very Mark. Thomas wants Supreme Court. Yeah, ruling that legalized contraception, same-sex marriage. Yeah, this is what he said. Okay. There we go. President decision. Protection for abortion rights. He would do away with the doctrine of due process. Oh my god, he'd get rid of due process. Griswold versus Connecticut. Lawrence versus Texas. And Oberfell versus Hodges. Called on the court to overrule these ones. Griswold, Lawrence, Oberfell. Okay. And one of these, and you know what they're going to go for next because they don't need him specifically to do this one. Okay. He thinks he's safe because he's on the justices, but what he doesn't realize is they're winning by 1 vote. Even without his. So if they think that they're not going to get rid of that interracial protections, he's a joke. He is a joke. Dude, they're coming for you too. And if you hate people that much, what the fuck are you doing on the Supreme Court? They got 5 people willing to overturn that interracial marriage thing and equality. You do realize that though, do you, dude? Huh? They probably told you, oh no, we'll never touch that. You know, just like you lied about touching Roe versus Wade when you were under oath. Yeah. Good luck there, buddy. You're on the chopping block too. He doesn't even fucking know it. That's the sad part. This dude is well aware, and you can kind of see in his face. Like, just sheer, he knows he's a disappointing human being. He does. He knows. Such a hateful human being, but he freaking knows it. Knows it. Okay, so those will be the things. First, they're going to come at. They've already come after women. They'll come after more rights eventually. Trust me. They're going to start putting voting rights back to the states. I guarantee you, they're going to do that crap. They're going to put, you know, lifestyle choices back to the states. They're going to put all our rights eventually just back to the states. Maybe the Supreme Court's just going to throw out the fucking protected rights of all the Constitution and just leave it up to each individual state. It'll never get that far because you'll definitely have a civil war before that ever happens. But it does appear that that's the direction they've chosen to take. So, there you go. There's this BS right here. This BS right here always infuriates me. Because I just got done explaining how they're letting a practice be the minority rule. They're letting a tyrannical, treasonous practice. And this is the Democrats going, oh, you got to vote to fix this. No, we don't. You're already in control of every fucking branch of the government that proposes and passes legislation and enforces legislation. The judicial system will only intervene in select cases that aren't specified law. I would say that, but Roe versus Wade was a landmark decision that it said it tied into those laws. So even the precedent of saying things aren't included in a very obvious law that they are supposed to be included in. Yeah, so that's that. They've stacked the Supreme Court to be able to have legislative power. Congratulations. So yeah, what's voting going to do for appointed individuals who aren't being impeached? What's voting going to do? What's voting going to do when you let a filibuster, an unconstitutional practice, determine what gets to be law and what never gets looked at again for infinite debate? Jesus. Hey, America, tell me you're a dictatorship without saying you're a dictatorship. They are winning that game, guys. They are winning that game. It's all over, eventually, for us. I don't know. Am I supposed to congratulate everybody on getting this far in the game? And those who have just started, I'm sorry that they sabotaged your ability to exist. Everybody who's going to keep perpetuating this religious extremist, authoritarian regime just needs to fuck all the way off. There's going to be consequences for your actions. It might not be today. Might not be tomorrow. They might not be 5 years from now. You might die before the majority of people actually do get consequences for their actions. But rest assured, gonna happen. It's the less than human Pocky signing off. Try to stay alive, guys. That's all you can really do at this point. Good night.